What are you thinking?
Nothing.
It's definitely something. Tell me.
Valentin's shocking sacrifice changes everything as Carly's forbidden romance sparks outrage. Cassius prepares to flee after a devastating secret is exposed, and Britt's terrifying health crisis leaves Rocco desperate for help. Meanwhile, Sidwell plots revenge, Jason returns transformed, and Port Charles braces for explosive fallout all summer long. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. If you enjoyed the videos, please subscribe and hit the like button. General Hospital summer spoilers, Valentin's massive fallout, Jason return date revealed and Cassius flees. General Hospital fans, we've got the latest spoilers covering the rest of June, July, and August on the ABC soap, including Valentin Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, facing serious fallout for the sacrifice he makes. Jason Morgans, Steve Burton, return air date and his new attitude. Plus, Cassius Faison, Ryan Peavy, is going to run, but it may be too late for him. General Hospital spoilers, Valentin and Carly's summer romance. So, we're going to start with what is coming for Valentin and Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright. But be sure to stick around till the very end for Steve Burton's return air date and what is up with Jason. So, Valentin told Charlotte Cassadine, Bluesy Burke, he may never see her again because he's going to see Zed at the WSB. I do wonder if that is actually Serena Baldwin, Kelly Kruger, since she's back soon and rumor has it she's WSB. So this Zed person shows up in Port Charles because Carly winds up facing off with them while trying to save Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, from Ross Cullum, Andrew Hawkes, and the WSB. General Hospital spoilers, Carly plots against Jack. Also, new General Hospital spoilers say Carly is still aching for payback on Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, this summer. So, looks like Valentin does not wind up in Steinmauer and is still with Carly because Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, is looking for Bricks, Stephen A. Smith, help to break them up. And Lulu Spencer, Alexa having spooning, freaks when she finds out Carly harbored Valentin and let Charlotte see him at her place. And Valentin's going to ask Laura Spencer Collins, Jeannie Francis, for help with Lulu after this. Plus, when Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, is back, she may cause problems for Carly and Valentin. Also, Carly has to deal with the disapproval of most of Port Charles over her romance with Valentin once it goes public in the next couple of months. Anna returns with information and a grudge. Turns out she knew Cassius was masquerading as Nathan, but Anna couldn't warn anybody because she was stuck in that psych hospital. She's also going to come back with emotional scars from Cullum and Jen Sidwell's, Carlo Rota, Torment. And Anna returns ready to kill somebody. General Hospital, Cullum's death and Jocelyn's WSB connection. Now, we've heard a rumor that Cullum is dead during July sweeps, and I think it'd be perfect if it's Anna that kills him. So, it looks like Lisa Lebrecht, Kathleen Gatti, completes the prototype, and Cullum tries to run with that cold fusion device, but Jocelyn intervenes, and there's bloodshed at Windermere. Hopefully, Cullum is going to wind up dead. And reportedly, Danny Morgan, Asher Jared Antonisen, and Charlotte may be involved. Jocelyn wins up on ZS radar after helping stop Cullum, but there's fallout when more people find out the truth about Jocelyn being a WSB agent. And as we predicted, Brennan's going to get closer to someone. They're trying to protect Jack and he tries to help get the goods to shut Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, down. General Hospital spoilers, Willow's running out of time. Meanwhile, Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, can't keep Drew locked in much longer and is going to face a lot of problems. It comes out that Willow was conspiring with Sidwell and there's a weird spoiler about Drew and an incident at his and Willow's house where her floors are ruined. I don't know if that's blood or water. We'll see. Also, Jacinda Bracken, Paige Herschel, wants Willow out of Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, life and she goes rogue. And as expected, Brooke Lynn Quartermaines, Amanda Setton, scheme to frame Willow as the other driver blows up on her. And finally, and this is a good thing, Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, is going to set some boundaries with Willow. Also, looks like Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Gron, lets Willow know that she knows she shot Drew. Alexis, meanwhile, isn't thrilled with Drew coming out of his locked-in state because she's worried that he may snatch Scout Kane, Caden Brenner Tokarski, away and reinstate those restraining orders. General Hospital, Curtis legal crisis and younger generation drama. And of course, Drew's daughter, Scout, is aged up to a teenager soon, and she's going to get a love interest. It looks like she and Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, might be paired up. Also, we know Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibaud, is in crisis this week, but she and Rocco are back to Port Charles soon, and he feels that Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, and Lulu betrayed him. Danny and Rocco wind up at odds. Plus, Brennan, Dante, and others try and protect Rocco from facing consequences for shooting Cullum. And speaking of his partner in crime, Sidwell's back for one final battle with Sonny. It's going to get violent, and DA Justine Turner, Nazneen Contractor, is in danger along with Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, for betraying her bad guy boss. After Sidwell is finally dealt with, Laura is cleaning up messes from his reign of terror, and she has to deal with Ezra Boyle, Daniel Cosgrove, as well. General Hospital spoilers, Curtis faces tough decision. Alright, now let's talk about Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, and his summer spoilers. He's facing felony criminal charges, and Isaiah Gannon, Randy Wilson, hires a lawyer to initiate a high-dollar civil suit. We've heard that it might be Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, who is coming back to represent Isaiah. We'll see. So, it looks like Curtis is offered a plea deal that includes a modest prison sentence. But if he doesn't take the deal, he could wind up in prison for years for his violent attack on Isaiah. So, Curtis told Alexis his defense plan was to attack Isaiah and accuse him of being the second driver who left them for dead. But the truth about Brooklyn and her frame job could ruin Curtis's defense. Plus, as we know, Isaiah's innocent. So, it looks like Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, goes into labor after things get tense when she's on the stand at Curtis's trial. We'll also have his dad, Marshall Ashford, Robert Gossett, back to support Curtis. And there are corporate hijinks that could relate to ELQ or Aurora that affect Michael. This all could tie back to the charges against Curtis, and there's more deception drama. General Hospital, the youngest set and Britt's return. Trina Robinson, Tabyinana Ali, is done with her parents, but when her sibling is born, she can't keep avoiding Curtis and Portia. Also, Drew gets out of his locked-in state, but that happening hits Kai really hard, and then he and Trina misread something that happens to Drew. And this may tie back to Willow's flaws getting messy. Speaking of the younger set, Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mozza, saves somebody's life that people hate. Plus, his girlfriend Emma Scorpio Drake, Braden Bruner, is ticked off to find out Jocelyn is WSB. And Gio and Trina's showcase goes really well, and both of them get offers. Gio gets closer to Brooklyn, but when her lie about Willow comes out, things may backslide between them. General Hospital spoilers, Lulu Spencer absolutely flawed. General Hospital spoilers confirm Cassius' identity is revealed to Lulu. And since he did some fraud and henchman crimes, Cassius plans to run, but he stops to say goodbye to somebody before ditching Port Charles. And that's going to cause him trouble. My guess would be it's James that Cassius drops in on. Things between Lulu and Charlotte get worse, I'm sure, because of her daughter's devotion to Valentin. And Charlotte's going to move out from Lulu's house. I could see her winding up over with Carly and Valentin, which would aggravate Lulu to no end. But maybe she winds up at Laura's place instead. Expect more of Ethan Lovett, Nathan Dean Parsons, and Ava Jerome, Maura West, when he comes clean to her about something. Ethan may lean towards Ava, and she's going to wind up saving Ethan at a critical moment. And soon, Ava's got issues with Sonny that have her frustrated, and she makes a mysterious alliance. Somebody from the past has Ethan running, and Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, is going to take down a wanted man. Could be Valentin, could be Sidwell. And he and Molly Lansing, Kristen Vaganos, cope with drama when her career, both in law and writing, take a turn. In the end, Cody and Molly stick close and their relationship takes a leap forward. I'm hoping that we're going to see wedding bells. General Hospital, Britt's crisis and Jason's return. Alright, now let's talk about Britt. She's back. She's facing fallout from working for Cullum and keeping Cassius' big secret. And her mom, Liesl, is really ticked with her. Britt gets earth-shattering news from Lucas, and it may be about her health. Plus, Britt has issues with Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, at General Hospital. Some past love of Britt resurfaces. I'm hoping it's Nicholas Cassadine, Adam Huss, versus Jason. And I have heard some Cassadine return rumors. Also, Anna interrogates Britt once she's back as police commissioner, which means Britt might face criminal charges even though she was forced to do those dirty deeds. Laura goes to see Kevin Collins, John Lindstrom, in Ireland, and she could come home with Ace Cassadine, Jay and Joey Clay. But no husband because John Lindstrom is over on contract at Beyond the Gates and isn't going to be coming back. Now, let's talk about Jason's return. Steve Burton's first air date is July 13th with General Hospital's 16,000th episode. That's huge. So, Jason changed while he was in captivity, and it looks like Jason decides to live his life differently after his WSB ordeal. And it'll affect his son Danny and also Sonny, who is trying to re-establish his power base and is hoping that Jason and Sonny can cooperate, but it could be that Jason walks away from the mob altogether. Today's next update. Rocco's horror. Nathan confides in Nina, Rick learns a secret. General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, June 18th, indicate that Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, will face a terrible twist while Nathan West aka Cassius Faison, Ryan Peavy, makes Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watruz, his confidant. Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, will also find out Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, surprise strategy. Since Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota, is still out there somewhere, Rick will voice concerns to Sonny about his fugitive status. Sonny won't have a problem with it since he'll presumably want to track down Sidwell with a lethal goal in mind. However, Sidwell will have some sinister goals of his own since he's about to set a trap for those who have wronged him. Sonny, Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, and Laura Collins, Jeannie Francis, could all be at risk depending on what Sidwell has in the works. Speaking of Laura, she'll have a proposition for someone to consider. Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, will also lean on Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, while Nathan turns to Nina for some support, too. Nathan will be filled with doubts about his ability to be a good dad to James West, Gary James Fuller, but Nina will offer up some praise and advice. Of course, Nina will be missing a crucial piece of the puzzle since she doesn't know Nathan aka Cassius is actually James' uncle. Thursday's episode will also bring another appearance from Denise, Victoria Kelleher, the Windermere housekeeper, so it'll be interesting to see what news she might spill. Next, Detective Joe Fitzpatrick, Jonathan Bennett, will talk to Dante about Sidwell having someone on the inside. For now, Dante may keep a tight lid on Sidwell's link to Cullum and the dirty side of the WSB. Over with Danny Morgan, Asher Antonizin, it seems he'll stop Charlotte Cassadine, Bluesy Burke, from throwing some keepsakes into the lake. Charlotte may be lashing out following Valentin Cassadine's, James Patrick Stewart, abrupt departure, so she'll definitely need Danny's comfort. In hiding somewhere, it appears Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibaud, will give Rocco a tablet so he can look things up and still feel connected to Port Charles. Later, Rocco will face some horror when he finds Britt out cold on the floor. General Hospital spoilers say Rocco will come to Britt's aid and ultimately get on the phone to ask for assistance, so Nathan may be the one on the other end of the line.